And I will now call the August 21st, 2024 meeting of the Code and Rules Committee of the Common Council of the City of Lawrence to order. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. The next agenda item is a roll call of members and determination of a quorum. Councilor Crone?
I'm sorry?
We're just doing a roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rick Wells.
Liz Mazur.
And Councilor Giles is not here yet. Let the record reflect that there are 3 councilors present and that we have a quorum. We have a quorum of the committee. This meeting has been properly noticed in accordance with the Indiana Open Door Law, and copies of this agenda are located at the back of the meeting room. The next agenda item is unfinished business, of which we have none. The next agenda item is new business, proposal number 11, 2024, an ordinance adopting and enacting a 17th supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Lawrence of Indiana. At the July 17th, 2024 council meeting, this proposal was referred to this committee for consideration and recommendations. We, the council, have just received the supplement packet about 10 minutes ago. So we are going to take this time to review it and ask questions. Is that fair?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have a concern about getting this sort of information. I know council rules say that for anything to be on the council agenda, it has to be submitted 5 days prior to the meeting. I would think that would apply to these committee meetings as well, would it not?
I think that seems logical. I don't know.
I think it seems logical as well.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to vote on this tonight after just getting it?
No.
I'm not prepared to vote on it.
Vote on it.
No.
Then I think we ought to, my personal opinion, I think the committee needs to go into recess or just postpone this meeting until another date, until we can digest whatever it is they just sent us this time.
Yeah. What do you think?
Makes sense to me.
All right. Vote on that.
So if that's the will of the committee, all you would need to do is get a motion to table this agenda item this evening, and then I would encourage you to reschedule or find another time for a future committee meeting that you can meet.
Yes.
And I would ask our legal counsel if it's something in your purview that, or I could try to find it myself, if in fact this 5-day thing does not apply to these code committees as well, because this is the second time that this has happened.
Yeah, we can absolutely look into that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that we would like the time to review this. You want to table it? Do you feel comfortable tabling it, not recess?
I make a motion that we table it till a further meeting.
Okay.
By your.
Thank you, Councilor.
I will second that.
Thank you very much, Councilor Mazur. Do we set that right now?
You'll take a vote on your motion.
On the motion? All right. Can we take a vote? What's my proper words here?
I think we'd ask for a second.
We got a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. All those in favor of tabling this meeting to
Aye.
Aye.
aye. Any nays? Please, or any opposed, please signify by saying nay. Okay. Then this vote is unanimous. Do we have to call a roll call? No, okay. This will be tabled And the next agenda item is other business. Is there any other business for the committee this evening that I am not aware of?
I would like to bring up something to the committee.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
I know that, we're looking to the city's looking to make money. And this is something that I wanted to run past the other counselors as well. But it's my understanding that all these food vendors that are up and down Pendleton Pike, Post Road, and God knows where, none of these people or none of these vendors have any permitting, that there isn't any rules that they have to adhere to. Therefore, a lot of them, because I checked into this about a year or so ago with the building inspector or code enforcement officer, and he went around just talking to these people, and I think only 2 or 3 of them had actual Board of Health certificates, and none of them had any kind of a permit because I guess the city doesn't require a permit for them to have these food vendors. But I think that if nothing else, if the city is okay for these vendors to sell on every street corner or next to another restaurant or wherever,
Lots, yeah.
then so be it. But I think that at least if we require a permit, then we can do a little bit of enforcement, hopefully, and check to see that they are in fact complying with the Board of Health regulations.
Are you saying City of Lawrence or City of Indianapolis?
That's a good question. That's something we need to look into with the, because
I don't think
gray area with that.
currently City of Lawrence, we don't have the manpower, person power to check on that. So I would think it would be City of Indianapolis, and that if they, so that's my 2 cents.
well, I mean, there's not that many of them. I think last year when I counted between, what was it, Franklin Road and Post Road, and then the little offshoots to the north and south, there was like 15 of them.
Yeah.
And now I think there's probably more than that now because I've seen them at various other places. But I just think it's entirely unfair for an established restaurant of some sort to, comply with all the rules, paying the taxes, and then some guy takes an old trailer, cuts a hole in the side of it, paints a picture of a sandwich on the side, and
Taco,
they're in competition. And I just think that's not quite fair.
I absolutely see your point.
Perhaps something to put on an agenda down the road?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
definitely.
game
I think
to-
it's something we need to discuss.
Absolutely.
And, could our attorney look into the fact that we have the authority to do that?
Certainly look into it, yep.
Please do, and let me know, or let our chair know.
I feel like at some point, the AIM emails that,
Oh, I haven't read that one in particular, but.
right, I feel like
This one.
food trucks was something that has
I think it was recently, yeah.
I would have to dig through. So when we went to the AIM training in January, the 6 of us that just got in, they signed us up for, we were automatically part of I'll just call it the AIM network. Don't quote me on that. But we get these emails now every day where everybody who is part of that group, even though I haven't contributed anything, I read some of them that come through if I've got the time. And I'm reasonably certain that there were some about food trucks because other cities are asking about it. Now, cities of different size and different designations than what we have for sure, but I will look through those as well.
Well, it's interesting to me, I go into neighboring cities, Greenfield, Noblesville, Fishers, and I don't see any of these trucks. And,
Okay.
Maybe in special events, maybe like in
Right.
carnivals or something.
Sure.
But just to see them, parked out or camped out on a street
Right.
corner, you don't see that in the other communities. And
Yeah.
and maybe it's because of our problems with zoning enforcement with Indianapolis. Maybe that's why we are stymied, but I can't remember why it was last year, but, I think it's something we need to look into, because it's really getting worse, and I've had a lot of, established restaurant people have complained to me about it. But like the first step is to find out, do we have the ability to enforce, and if so, then we need to find out how we would go about doing that with it. Maybe get with, Chief Bigsby and see if, the police could do it, could, check these people. Our code enforcement officer, he goes home like at 4 o'clock. And most of these trucks don't come out until after 4.
Right, yeah.
So,
May I? I'm sorry, Counselor. I'm out of order.
That's okay.
I'll wait until given permission to speak.
Oh, please speak, Mr. Wilburn.
Okay, my colleague Renee is working on something, and I think she can chime in on that issue, kind of moving forward. Renee, do you want to add what we would discuss?
Absolutely. So
Okay,
I'm sorry. This had been brought up by Councilor Wells previously, and I have done extensive research of our surrounding communities and drafted up a proposed ordinance for street vendors, not just food trucks, but any kind of street vendor. And it is in review by the current administration now. And I know that Leandre had planned to bring that to the council's attention as soon as they were done with their edits on it. So that is already in the works, guys.
Fantastic.
Renee, do we have any idea what kind of a time frame we're looking at?
I think we were waiting until after budget season was done, just so that we didn't have too many things on the agenda in front of you guys.
Okay.
So I would expect that they'll be sending that over probably, November after the budget season's done. And we were hoping to get it approved for the 2025 season.
If you need a sponsor on that, Renee, please let me know.
Absolutely. I'll be sure to share that with Leandre.
All right.
We appreciate
And-
that, Rick.
And another point, as my colleague Renee suggested, the ordinance itself will be the first step. The enforcement aspect of the ordinance will be a secondary budgetary issue. Just connecting the dots here. Obviously, as you said too, Counselor, we have one code enforcement for a city of 50,000, and one person won't be able to enforce those things. So those increases in DPW budgeting that we've been discussing ongoing are going to be critical in moving that piece of our ordinance forward to be more impactful and effective. And that's just a point of information.
Great, thank you.
Does that
Yeah, I think so.
settle with you? Okay, I think that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for bringing all that up, Councilor Wells. I appreciate that. Okay. Anything else? Either one of you? If not, then I call this meeting adjourned.
I want to ask for availability for a new
Oh, yes. What is your availability while I have you here for a new meeting?
For the next board meeting?
Preferably? Yeah. So that leaves us next week.
We're looking at the next council meeting?
The next council meeting will be September 2nd, Monday, September 2nd.
Yes. That's when we're going to do the next code meeting?
Oh, wait, that's Labor Day.
But, so we meet on the Tuesday.
I don't have it in my calendar. Hold on.
Ms.
Hold on, I've got
3rd,
it.
September 3rd.
Is it the 3rd? Because there was one time we pushed it a whole week, so I don't want to just assume.
It is the 3rd, isn't it, Betty?
Is it? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so it is 3rd. Okay.
So September 3rd at 5:30?
That work for you? Mm-hmm. Councilor Misser?
Not going
Okay.
anywhere.
I'm going to put that in my calendar right now. All right, so let the record show that we are tabling tonight's meeting to Tuesday, September 3rd at 5:30 PM in this room. All right.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. Now we're adjourned. Thank you, counselors.